Stop scrolling, because just 1 minute ago, Keir Starmer was hit with a high court challenge that could shake Labour to its core as Reform UK makes its boldest move yet. And what happens next could change everything. Welcome to Power and Policy UK, your go-to channel for breaking political news, insider analysis, and the stories shaping the UK's power landscape. If it matters in politics, we cover it. Fast, clear, and unfiltered. Just moments ago, UK politics was rocked by a dramatic legal development that could have serious consequences for Keir Starmer and the Labour Party. In a move that has caught Westminster completely off guard, Reform UK has launched what it describes as a High Court challenge, targeting decisions linked to Labour's leadership and raising fresh questions about accountability, transparency, and the limits of political power. This story is still unfolding, but the implications are already sending shockwaves across the political landscape. According to early reports, the legal action centers on allegations that decisions taken under Starmer's leadership may have crossed legal or procedural boundaries. Reform UK argues that these actions were not just politically questionable, but potentially unlawful, and they are asking the High Court to intervene. While the full details are still emerging, the case is being framed as a test of whether senior political figures can be held directly accountable through the courts. For Keir Starmer, this could not come at a worse time. Labour has been working hard to present itself as a government in waiting, emphasizing stability, professionalism, and respect for the rule of law. Starmer, a former director of public prosecutions, has built much of his political brand around legal credibility and integrity. That makes this moment particularly striking because any legal challenge, even one that ultimately fails, risks undermining that carefully constructed image. Reform UK, meanwhile, appears eager to seize the political momentum. The party has positioned itself as an outsider force, willing to challenge what it calls the political establishment through every available avenue, including the courts. By launching a high court case rather than limiting itself to press statements or parliamentary criticism, Reform UK is signaling that it intends to fight Labour not just politically, but legally. Supporters of Reform UK argue that this move demonstrates seriousness and resolve. Critics, however, suggest it could be a calculated publicity stunt designed to dominate headlines and pressure Labour at a critical moment. Either way, the strategy is working because everyone is now paying attention. Legal experts caution that a high court case does not automatically imply wrongdoing. Many political legal challenges are dismissed or narrowed significantly before reaching a full hearing. But even so, the mere existence of a case can have real political consequences. It forces responses, invites scrutiny, and keeps uncomfortable questions alive in the media cycle. And that's where the real danger lies for Labour. Even if the case is ultimately unsuccessful, it opens the door to weeks or even months of speculation, commentary, and political damage. Opponents will use it to question Labour's judgment. Supporters will demand clarity. And undecided voters may begin to wonder whether the party truly represents the clean break from politics as usual that it claims to offer. Inside Labour circles, there is reportedly frustration and concern. Party figures are keen to avoid giving Reform UK exactly what it wants: oxygen. But they also cannot ignore a high court challenge. A careful legal and political response is being prepared, with an emphasis on calm, confidence, and adherence to due process. So far, Starmer himself has not made a detailed public statement, but allies insist the party will fully cooperate with any legal proceedings and strongly denies any wrongdoing. They argue that Reform UK's claims are politically motivated and designed to distract from Labour's policy agenda. But Reform UK is pushing back hard. Party representatives say this case is about principle, not politics. They claim that if the law applies to ordinary citizens, it must also apply to those at the very top of the political system. They are framing the challenge as a stand for fairness, transparency, and democratic accountability, themes that resonate strongly with a segment of the electorate that feels disillusioned with mainstream parties. The timing is also impossible to ignore. With public trust in politics already fragile, any suggestion of legal impropriety carries extra weight. Voters are increasingly skeptical of institutions and leaders, and cases like this feed into a broader narrative of elites operating by different rules. Whether fair or not, that perception matters. This is why today's development is so significant. It's not just about one legal case, it's about how politics is being fought in modern Britain. The courts are becoming another battlefield, legal language is becoming a political weapon, and parties like Reform UK are showing they are willing to escalate conflicts beyond the usual arenas. For Labour, the challenge now is containment. The party must reassure voters, avoid internal panic, and prevent the story from overshadowing its broader message. For Reform UK, the challenge is credibility, proving that this case is more than noise and that it stands up to legal scrutiny. And for the country, this episode raises deeper questions about the relationship between law and politics, and about how power is challenged in a rapidly changing political environment. As this story develops, more details will emerge about the precise legal arguments, the court's response, and the potential timelines involved. What happens next could shape not only the reputations of those involved, but also the tone of political debate in the months ahead. One thing is already clear. This is not a moment Labour wanted, and it is a moment Reform UK intends to exploit to the fullest. Stay watching this space, because this case could be far bigger than it first appears. Thanks for watching Power and Policy UK. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the latest political updates, debates, and exclusive insights from across the UK.